What do you do if someone else has already claimed your Google Maps listing? So your business is already listed on Google Maps and you go out to claim it and somebody else already has. Don't worry, this happens all the time. It can be as simple as perhaps you set up the account many years ago and you don't know what email address you did it under. Or maybe a former employee set it up and you no longer have contact with that person. Or perhaps you bought the business and the old owner never granted you access to the account. Well, follow along with me. I'm going to show you how simple it is to get access back.
I've successfully accessed dozens of Google Maps listings that were already verified, but we had no way of getting in contact with the person that had verified it through this easy process. So you're going to need to log into Google My Business. If you're not aware of how to do that, go back to video number 1 in this series. And then what you're going to do is navigate to the Google My Business help. One, there's a ton of information if you're struggling with anything in here, but just right at the homepage, navigate down to the Verify Your Business, and there's this troubleshoot verification. Click on that, and then what you're going to see is a few options. We want this one here, which is request ownership of a business listing. So it's going to walk you through each scenario. If you're a storefront, here's what you're going to do. If you're a service-based business, here's what to do. If you're trying to get bulk accounts, like more than one, there's another way to do that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go to business.google.com/add. It's the same process for if we were adding a business from scratch. So in this demo, I'm just going to type in Caribou Coffee, and I would select the address. If there's multiple names that are similar to your business, look for the one that matches your address. So you would select that, click Next. And then from here, this is kind of the neat part. One, it's going to show you which email address verified this. So it'll give you a few characters, and this might just be what you need to go find whether it's one of your own email accounts, whether it's a former employee's, and this is really nice. So that's a good start. But let's say you don't have access to that. All you need to do is click Request Access. Then what happens is you'll get to a screen like this that requests a few more details, and this is going to go to the person that currently manages or has that access to the account. So you're going to verify your email, what type of ownership level you want, whether that's you want to be an owner or a manager. I would recommend probably owner in this case because an owner can add or remove additional users. And then it's going to ask, what's your relationship to the business? Are you the owner? Are you an agency, like outside agency like me? Are you an employee? And then it's going to ask for your name and phone number. Then once you're done with that, hit submit. And what happens here, and I'm going to go back to this screen. If you scroll down to the bottom, there's going to be additional details here. The person that manages that email account or whom set it up has 7 days to respond to the request. And if they don't respond in that 7 days, which typically happens, then what happens is you can log back into your Google My Business account, and then that's going to be open now to be claimed. And you'll want to go through the steps that I showed in video number 1 as to how to claim and verify that. If you continue to have issues with the verification process, what I recommend you do is, and I like to do this sometimes, within Google My Business, go to the Contact Us. So I'm going to click on Contact Us. I'm going to open that in a new tab. And then you're going to go to which solution you're looking for. So in this case, verification. And let's say I would click, even if this doesn't relate to you exactly, click on the one that says, I haven't received my postcard in more than 14 days. Then what you're going to want to do is scroll down to the bottom here and just click the Contact Us. And what's going to happen here is you're going to have this contact form, and it's going to ask you some questions such as, what's your name? What email address would you like to manage the account from? Business name. And then it's going to ask you for some details such as the URL for the Google My Business. And it's going to show you how to it's going to walk you through how to find that. And then it's going to ask you a few other questions. Do you prefer to complete the verification process through email or video? And then what's the best number to reach you at? It's also going to ask you to, in this case, prove that you really are at the physical location of the building. So it's going to ask you to send in some photographs, 3 to 5, and then it leaves you the option to leave a message or some additional details. And what's your relationship to the business? So are you the owner? Are you an agency? So on and so forth. Now, I've actually had to go through this process, and I actually had to literally get on a video chat with somebody at Google and prove that I was at the business in question. And I had to, turn on my camera phone, and it was middle of winter here in North Dakota. It was like, negative 15, and I had to go outside and walk around with my video camera to prove that I was really at the location. So you really can get somebody at Google. I've done this process multiple times through multiple means. It can be done, and it's actually a lot easier than you think.
So now that we've set up and claimed your Google My Business listing, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to optimize it so you can outrank your competition and hopefully dominate that first page of Google. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and when you see that bell pop up, click that too so you'll get notified every time I post a new video. We'll see you in the next one.